Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today I do have a bit of a cold, so I might sound a bit under the weather, but I don't have corona, which is quite nice. I just have a stuffed nose. Today I will be talking about some tips if you are going into GCSE music and if you are not used to composition, and a few heads up on some assignments that you might start doing. So let's start. First of all, you will be met with possibly a new program that you might or might not have used before. This is commonly used by many GCSE students and teachers, and it's basically any type of software. There are some called Noteflight that I use, but I know there are others where you basically have a computer and you use the score given in front of you to drag and drop the notes in the place that you want it to be, and you can change different things like the length of the note, sharps and flats, and anything you want to do when you're editing music. You will get used to this after a while if this is your first time. I realized that as I go on and as I practice with it more, I get used to it a bit, although it is sometimes a bit confusing when they just highlight everything when I never did anything and stuff like that. Also, make sure to save. Unlike Google Docs or Google Slides where they automatically save things for you, you have to actually click the save button because I don't know, it's very inconvenient, but it is something to keep in mind and remember, because I know there's a few of my friends who completely lost all of their work because they forgot to click the save button. Anyway, in GCSE music there are many different things that you're going to be doing, and composition is only one part of it, so you don't have to worry about this being the only thing you're doing in GCSE music. There are many other things like analysing composers and their songs, and so on and so forth. Probably you will start with the easy stuff. For example, my school started with learning about the walking bass line. The walking bass line is basically just the same bass line repeating over and over again, and our task was to make a melody above it that complemented the walking bass line and still made it interesting even though it was just a repeating bass line. I'm saying bass line a lot. Here are some tips if you are going to do composition. Please do not forget that you can definitely use repetition. Repetition is actually a very useful tool, and just because we are on computer, it makes it so much more easier just to copy and paste some bars. And you don't have to necessarily make it exactly the same. You can obviously add some alterations or change the pitch. And it is actually and most of the time it works very, very well when you just do this. And it also gives the piece a bit of structure. Make sure to think about what key your piece is in if you are going to be using sharps and flats. Also, make sure that if you are going to ever use dissonance, that it gets resolved, because most of the time it's going to be very, very unpleasant to listen to if you don't resolve it. Unless you are obviously going for that 20th century special kind of feel, but I would recommend that if you are just starting off, don't go with it and try to start with things that sound nice. Okay, well, here is my composition. Our school, as I said before, uses Noteflight, and I've just changed it to an MP3 file so all of you could listen to it. You can also see the score. As you will be able to tell, towards the beginning it is very, very simple, but I decided to get a bit more experimental and creative towards the end and add a few chords, and it is still a work in progress because I'm thinking about adding on to it, and it is my first piece of work as well. So, hope you enjoy. So thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that if there are any composers out there, they would give me some feedback on my work, because this is my very first time. I do definitely want to get better, so if you do have any feedback at all, please feel free to leave it down in the comments, and please do like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and want to see more similar content, and I'll see you next time. Bye!